all the students who are attending, I would like you to stand up. The faculty who teach these students, I'd like you to stand them up. Because this is the way you change things through education. Thank you. This is how you change things through education. This campus gave me a voice. I was an author before I came to the campus. But the words in the book didn't mean anything because I didn't have the substance behind them. I've had a great education here. I'm not done. I'll be back. I got something I have to finish. It's very important. But first of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Kim Cole. The reason I say that, because when I made the decision to go back to school, I had this much courage. And I'm so grateful for her because she came to the campus with me. She enrolled in college. And that got me going in the right direction. If she had not came, I might not have been here. But I got to tell you a story about the first day I was here. Very interesting. Had to use the restroom. And I could have swore the door said men. So I went in the bathroom and I'm standing there and I relieve myself and a lady comes in. She said, "Do you know you in the female's bathroom?" I said, "Oh no." And I went outside and I looked on the door and it said women. Oh my God. So I thought, that's a nice start. So now I might be looked at like a little freak or something, you know what I mean? But you know, we have this battlefield that goes on in our head when we're on a college campus. And we've seen analogies, you know, and it's the little devil and the angel, but I'm not going there. But what I would say, Mr. Positive or Mrs. Positive, Mrs. Negative, okay, or Mr. Negative. Yes. That's what's going on. We have that battle going on. Yes. You might have met with that battle this morning. You got up and say, "Oh, I'm going to the Black History event." And some say, "Oh, I don't feel like coming." That was Mr. Negative or Mrs. Negative. Yes. And Mr. Positive or Mrs. Positive said, "Oh, you should go." Yes. And you're here. So you're on the positive side of the fence. If you had not come here, you would be on the negative side of the fence. For the students, you're going to meet that. You're going to have that battlefield going on in your head. I can't do this. I can't make it. Don't listen to that. Been there. Done that. Push your way through. Because if you push your way through, it's going to open up a world for you. You got to have stick-to-itness. Last year, I was talking about college bling. No, college swagger. But this time I'm talking about college bling. And let me explain what that means. It doesn't mean I got 24-inch wheels on my vehicle with spinners. It doesn't mean that I have big gold hanging around my neck. It means that I came in and got an education and you're looking at my bling. This is my bling is what you see. That's why I'm here. I want you to see my bling. I want these new students to see their bling when they reach the goal. New students have to put blinders on. You ever seen a racehorse running down the field? He got these blinders on the side of his head. That's so he don't listen to this stuff. Don't see this stuff. You don't see this stuff. All you see is the finish line. Put your blinders on. Make it to the finish line. Because you have an obligation. Your education is not just for you. Your education is for our community. That's why you're supposed to take your education and give back. That's what I do. I'm a substance abuse counselor, and I got that education on this campus. And I'm a very good one. Substance abuse counselor. I get calls. I've been off since December 15th with shoulder surgery. And I went there Friday just to get things going back in the right direction. And you should have seen the clients come out of the building and greet me in the parking lot. Because I'm a very good counselor. But I'm not jocking me, I'm jocking this campus. This campus turned me into the monster that I am. You can thank the campus for that. And I love what I do. And I love coming back to this campus and sharing my story because sometimes we need evidence. We need evidence to show and to give others hope that they can get it done. Because if I can get it done, if I can reinvent myself through education, you definitely can reinvent yourself through education. I did refrigeration for 20 years. That was taking care of Safeway, 7-Elevens, Bruno's, and those type of things. But I couldn't do that anymore. I wanted to be in a position where I could help people. Because I have a heavy background. And sometimes, people get embarrassed to talk about their background. I'm not embarrassed to talk about my background because when I talk about it, I might be helping someone who's sitting next to you. So I like talking about it. I used to be a drug dealer. A drug addict. Am I ashamed of that? No, I'm not. And I'm going to tell you why. It has an analogy attached to it. Let's think of a diamond mine. When you first find a diamond, it's just a dull piece of glass. It has no bling. It has no cut. It has no setting. It has nothing. But it goes through a process. It's called craftsmanship. The cutting, the shining, the buffing, the setting in a stone, the setting the stone in a mold. That's the bling. That's the diamond. Well, our lives are like that. All the hardships, the trials and tribulations, you push yourself through them. It's the craftsmanship of life, and it's going to define who you are. Yes. Purpose. Yeah. It's very important. Yes. The other thing I want to take you, there's only two sides of the fence. Yes. You need to know that. Positive, negative. You want to change things? You want to make a better community? Stick to positiveness. You can never have too much positiveness, but a little negativity goes a long way. Stick to positiveness. Education, positiveness. Discrimination, negativity. It separates us. We are one. And we're not alone. Most people think that we are. You have power at your access that most people don't even know. Unless someone come along and share it with you, bring some evidence. You have power. You have to know how to tap into it. Tell me something. Can you tap into power on the negative side of the fence? No, you cannot. Only in math, algebra. But you can't. This positive and negative thing has a big dynamic effect on us, global. And I can prove it. How many people have a watch on their wrist? If we took the battery out, guess what it would say? Positive and negative. The lights. If you go to the breaker box, the terminal, positive and negative. The car you drove today, the battery inside, positive and negative. Everything is positive and negative. You win the battle here. The battle is not in the community. The battle is not in the environment. The battle is in the battlefield of the mind. You win here, you win everywhere. You win in the community. But you can't win unless you stick to positiveness. You put negativity in, you're going to get negativity out. I just want to say this. There's a movement. It says Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Because when you start singling out Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Mexican Lives Matter, Indians, you're going to get confrontation. Yeah. Somebody's going to stand up and say something. But if you say all lives matter, there's no confrontation. That's positiveness. Cling to the positive side of the fence, and you will do well. I challenge you. Trump. People are mad. They upset about what's in the White House.
Well, yeah.
They upset about who's in the Oval Office. But guess what? We don't have to do what 4400 Pennsylvania Avenue is doing. We're Lake County. We do what Lake County do. We know something about getting through some stuff. We've had some fires. And we had to come together. We shouldn't come together when it's only for disaster. We should be doing that daily. Daily. Yes. That's how you change the community. Yes. It starts with individualism. It starts with individualism. Don't do negativity. My daughter's not in here, right? I got to use that as an example. She gets up in the morning. She comes in. She puts her shoes on. One, this shoe, this shoe. Dad, which one? I said, that one. She said, why? I said, I'm done. I already gave you my opinion. I'm not going to do it. Because if I keep pushing the button, what happened? She know how to push mine, and then we going round and round and round. So I don't do negativity. Sickness. It's on the negative side of the fence. We have the power to heal ourselves. If you believe, you can. But you have to believe you can. If you don't believe you can, you can't. And I'm evidence that you can. I cut a finger and a half off one day. But I can tell you for a fact I have all my fingers. And I went to the doctor one time. You figure that one out. Personal power. You have it. Tap into it. Tap into it with positivity. Tap into it with love. Love everybody. Take the board out your own eye before you can take the splinter out the other person's eye. Love everybody. Race is not an issue. Put it in the right perspective. It's either positive or negative. Does she like me? She don't like me. That's negative. Positive or negative. Don't do all that other stuff. It's a waste of time. If you do positive, you guaranteed to be successful. Because that's where all the blessings is. Education, love, peace, joy, healing, they're all over here. Addiction, drug use, alcoholism, rape, murder, that's all over here. You can't claim to be on the positive side of the fence and put one leg on the other side, hanging out with your partners. And they get busted. And then you're mad because you got busted, but you shouldn't have been there. You should have been on the positive side of the fence. You don't have to worry about getting arrested on the positive side of the fence. Ask the officers. I know for a fact. I used to be one of the guys that was wanted in this community. And I went to the positive side of the fence and I stayed there. Then I went and got me an education. And my education brought me here. You're part of my black history.
And now you're still wanted.
And now I'm still wanted. You're absolutely right. In both agencies. You need to give yourself credit because you're here. Think about the people who didn't come. Look what they missed. They missed this unity. This is powerful. The other thing I want to say, when we do Black history, and I'm just saying this now, when we do Black history, I think everybody should be allowed to come. I think all the teachers should be in here. I think all the students should be here. because it's very important information. And I also think that our education we need to carry out to the community. How come we don't have a parade that has kindergarten, middle school, high school, and college? I wish I could do a million student march. Promote education. That's how we change things in this county. Education. I believe that was the promised land that Martin was talking about, because you can't get anywhere without an education. You got to come get the education. To have some substance, to have some character, to have some adaptability, you got to come get an education. So I commend you students for being on the campus. Push through. Push through, because it's going to open up a world of doors for you. I commend the teachers on this campus because they have the empathy. I remember one time, this is about Pamela.
The other one, right?
No, you. I was so upset that I failed this math test. And I came in the administrative office and I was, man, I can't do this. I just can't do this. Pamela told me, shh, stop doing it to yourself. Stop saying that you can't do this. That changed me. Because when I couldn't do something, I just pushed a little harder. Yeah. Instead of complaining about it. Complaining is on what side of the fence? I had to learn my own lesson. Yeah. I want to thank all you guys for being here today. And I want to thank the administration for giving me this opportunity to be here today. And then I would just want to tell you, I've had a rough bout. I had shoulder surgery just a while back. I've been off of work since December 15th. I had shoulder surgery, major shoulder surgery. But I found out something. Love is very important. Love your family. Because when things go sour, you're going to need somebody to take care of you. I'm glad I was a good man, because my wife was by my side. My children were sleeping on the floor while I had to sleep in recliners. They waited on me hand and foot to come in and cook the meal. That's because I was a good man. It's very important to be a good man in your family line and pass on good things. A good man brings out the good things he has stored up in him and pass them along. It's very important. So in closing, I want to say thank you, everyone. Everyone that's here, pat yourself on the back, because we're changing the history. Yes, yes. We're all teammates in this. Sticks in a bundle are hard to break. And what that means, by ourselves, we're breakable. Yes. But when we come together, can't break us. Yes. Can't break us. And you put some education on that, we're unstoppable. We're in the light and we're soaring. We're going to find out we have wings, and then we can fly. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, very much. Black History. Thank you.